Okay, Vikram, if you could tell us a little bit about the history of your family and then of this place, that would be good.
We've come from the family of Sodavas. Sodavas is the Jagir which was given to my late grandfather, Lieutenant Colonel Thakur Bishan Singh. He was Lieutenant Colonel in the Jodhpur Lancers, and this was given to him as a fiefdom at end of 30s, and he built 3 bungalows in Jodhpur. In 1986, middle sister and my youngest sister, but older to me, they and my mother got together and converted it into a 12-room colonial bungalow hotel. When I say Karni hotels, we have 3 hotels. One is the Karni Bhawan, which is a colonial bungalow, and it's heritage because it's got an Art Deco design to it. If you see the facade all around, it's inspired by Art Deco furniture. My grandfather was very fond of Art Deco furniture, and so he tried asking all his architects to put in the ideas of an Art Deco furniture into the building. We have our second property, which is Karni Court at Sodavas. Sodavas is our place where we belong to. And then in 1996, as I say, my parents bought their 5th child, which was an 18th century fort south of Udaipur, a place called Bambora, and they renovated it and restored it like a typical 18th century building, and which has no televisions, no telephones, no curtains, but chicks and the old type buttons and all that, and launched it in 1998 November and called it Karni Fort, Bambora. You'd ask me the question, why Karni? Karni because of Karni Mata. She is our Isht Devi, the Devi that we belong, though our family deity is Sangyai Mata, but she's our Isht Devi. So it's Karni Bhawan Jodhpur, Karni Court Sodavas, and Karni Fort Bambora.
Can you tell me a little more about what is special about this hotel, this property?
Well, the USP, as they say, the unique selling point for this hotel would be the personal touch of the family. You're just not staying in a colonial bungalow, but you're staying in the bungalow of the family of Sodavas. And if you're a regular client, or if you stayed longer than 3 days, then we invite you over to our family living room for cocktails with us, to share and partake in our family life and to learn a bit more about our traditions and culture.
Sodavas is known for its cuisine. If you could tell us a little bit about that.
Sodavas cuisine was inspired by my late grandparents, Lieutenant Colonel Thakur Bishan Singh Ji and Thakurani Roop Kanwar. As in those days, when I say those days, I'm talking about early 50s. There were not very many radios, transistors or TVs. So they would, innovate a recipe, and the children were made to judge it, which was my aunt, my father, and that's how. And they wrote it all in Rajasthani. Then, when my late grandfather, he accompanied Maharaja Umed Singh, present Maharaja Gaj Singh, his grandfather, to Africa, Serengeti and Tanzania and Kenya for the African shoot. He took all the ingredients with him and cooked there, so it was those recipes were all put down, but recipes which were used in India, and those time hunting was allowed on wild boar, deer, rabbit, partridge, were then put to practice there in Africa on francolins or wildebeest or an impala. And over the times, as hunting came to ban, then they started experimenting these recipes onto poultry, mutton, poultry duck, poultry chicken, fish. So finally, when I got this book which said My Times in Africa, I handwritten for my late grandfather, I wanted to popularize it. My sister Yuvrani Saab Dungarpur, who's just older to me, popularized our cuisine as Rajasthani cuisine from Karni hotels. But as they were quintessentially the recipes of late Thakur Bishan Singh Ji and Thakurani Roop Kanwar, I thought it would be more apt to push along and make it the Sodavas Food Festival. and henceforth in 2001 Grand Maratha did its first princely cuisines, which are with our food festival called the Sodavas Food Festival, where I had taken these recipes and they were quite a success. So these are, I would say, about 62 to 63% is non-veg recipes, the rest are veg and desserts. And I'm fortunate that my wife has mastered, I would say, about 95% of them.
Okay. And can you, what are any plans going forward for this particular property?
At the moment, what I want to do is I want to give a face uplift to all the rooms. There's a lot of competition coming into Jodhpur, and what you require is, really, you might have a heritage look, but a really plush room with a lot of amenities in it. And then you can market yourself and you place yourself in that sort of position. Otherwise, with the present type of clientele which is coming to me is on the level of about 2,700 rupees to 3,700 rupees a night.
And who are the tourists or people that come into Jodhpur that you're actually targeting for the property?
Well, initially, when I say initially, a couple of years back, it was primarily foreign tourists. But I'm very happy to see tremendous change as the domestic clientele has increased tremendously. I would say now we have 60% foreign tourists and 40% domestic tourists. The disposable income level and spending level of a domestic clientele, Indians, has really increased, and they don't bargain. And unlike foreign tourists who bargain quite a lot these days.
And what's the season in Jodhpur?
Jodhpur main season starts, people say 1st October, but I would say around 15th September, and it stays on till about first week of April.
Okay. And the summer months?
Summer months, just end of April onwards, basically May, June, July is pretty dull.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about the surroundings? What can someone do once they come to Jodhpur and they're living in this hotel?
Obviously you must see the Kohinoor of Jodhpur, which is the Mehrangarh Fort, and the Karni Bhawan Palace, which is the Taj Hotel, and the Clock Tower Market, Mandor Gardens, and try the Jodhpur Namkeen for sure, the Mirchi Bada and the Mawe Ki Kachori, and that's about it, and the inside Spice Market.